I researched over 70 different online banks to find the best place to stash your cash in 2023. Here are my top picks for this year's best savings account. Hello and welcome to Practical Personal Finance, where you get the information you need to understand and succeed with money. I'm your host, Andrew Shear, and I just finished researching more than 70 different banks and creating this massive spreadsheet filled with my findings that you can download using the link below. In the next few minutes, I'll summarize what I learned and get you up to speed on where you should consider opening an account to take advantage of incredibly high interest rates. To earn my recommendation, banks must offer a competitive interest rate on savings. Very few, if any, restrictions or monthly fees for accounts, and be FDIC insured. Make sure you stick around until the end of this video for one bank that's sure to make you laugh and to find out where I'll be storing my emergency fund for the coming year. Let's do it. First, I want to tell you about my 5 favorite major players in the high yield savings account game. These are your household names, well-established, big companies who aren't afraid to push the boundaries and offer competitive rates on savings accounts. First is Capital One. They offer the Capital One 360 savings account, which currently has a 3.4% APY. There's no minimum balance, no monthly fees, Zelle integration, and you might even have access to a physical location at one of their branches or cafes. I personally have an account with CAP so that I can send and receive Zelle payments. It's a solid option for a savings account. Second is Discover. They have a high yield savings account that pays a respectable 3.3% APY. There are no minimums, no monthly fees, and although they don't have physical locations for you to visit like CAP, they do offer the Zelle integration. I've been a Discover credit card user for years, and I've been consistently happy with their customer service and their app, so I can recommend them without hesitation if you're looking for a high yield savings account. Third is Ally Bank. Ally has been around for quite a while now, and it's probably the first example I can remember of an online bank. They're consistently offering some of the best interest rates on savings, both now in 2023, as well as back in 2021 when I created an earlier edition of this video. Their APY back then was 0.5%, which was among the highest, and it's 3.4% now, which is level with the others I've mentioned so far. A lot of people have a lot of good things to say about Ally, and although I haven't personally banked with them, I do think they've earned a spot on this list. Fourth is Barclays. It's a well-established financial institution, and their online savings account has consistently been competitive with the other major players I've mentioned so far. What sets Barclays apart? Their current APY is just a little bit higher than the others at 3.6%. This is no fluke either. Back in 2021, they were level with Discover and CAP. If you want to earn a tiny little bit more interest, or you just aren't a fan of any of the financial institutions I've mentioned so far, check them out. Fifth is SoFi, and they're offering the highest APY of any of the major players on this list, at 3.75%. That's a somewhat significant step up from these other accounts I've been discussing so far, but there is a caveat. You must have direct deposit set up with your account to earn that special interest rate. Just like the others, there are no minimum balances and no monthly fees. The only thing missing versus CAP, Discover, and Ally is the integration with Zelle. But if you don't need Zelle for your savings account, SoFi looks like a great place to stash some cash and earn some pretty decent interest on it. I've personally been a SoFi customer in the past when I consolidated my Parent Plus student loans to get them into my name with a lower interest rate. I was happy with their service then, so I'm happy to recommend them for this list now. Alright, we're halfway there. Next, I'm going to tell you about 5 other banks you may not have heard of that are offering even higher interest rates than I've mentioned already. But before I do that, take a moment and give this video a thumbs up if you're getting some value out of it so far. And make sure you stick around until the end for one more bank that'll make you laugh, and for my pick for the best savings account this year. Thanks. First up on the list of smaller banks is Valley Direct. They're the online banking arm of Valley Bank, which is a small traditional bank just a stone's throw from where I grew up in the great state of New Jersey. They've been among the top of the pack with interest rates for a few years now, offering 0.55 APY back in 2021 and an astonishing 4% APY now in 2023. No minimum deposits, no monthly fees, and FDIC insured with the backing of a real traditional bank. There's a lot to like about Valley Direct. Second is Bank, and they're offering a 4.17% APY for their online savings account. The minimum to open an account is just $100, and there are no monthly fees. They're the online arm of MidFirst Bank, which allows them to offer FDIC insurance on all deposits. Third is CIT Bank, the online arm of First Citizens Bank and Trust Company. They offer a savings account that pays 4.05% APY. The minimum opening deposit is $100, but there are no monthly service fees, and just like every other option in this video, they have FDIC insurance on all deposits. Fourth is Salem 5 Direct, the online arm of Salem 5 Bank. They're offering 4.1% APY with their online savings account. No minimum balance, no monthly fees, and FDIC insured. Last but not least, it's Basque Bank, the online division of Texas Capital Bank. They're offering 4.25% APY, the highest of any bank I've come across, with no minimum balance, no monthly fees, and no hoops to jump through to qualify for that rate. Just deposit and start earning. They're FDIC insured, and if you want the maximum amount of interest with the minimum amount of effort, they are a great choice. Before I tell you about which of these 10 savings accounts I'm going to try out this year, I want to tell you about one more that's sure to give you a laugh. It's called Redneck Bank, and they actually offer a checking account with 4.5% APY on up to $15,000 worth of deposits, but only if you jump through some hoops. Their website features a laughing horse, a squirrel with a fishing rod, and a fly you can never quite put your pointer on. They are in fact a real bona fide bank, and you really can get a 4.5% yield on up to $15,000 if you opt to receive electronic statements and make 10 debit card transactions per month. If you decide to give them a try, let me know how it goes. And now, for the moment you've been waiting for, my pick for the best savings account of 2023. And the winner is Capital One. Because I've already got an account open for the purpose of sending and receiving money with Zelle, and because there's the added bonus of physical locations if I need one, I'm going to stash my emergency fund in my Capital One 360 savings account. Could I earn a little bit more interest if I went with Basque Bank or one of the other smaller ones? Sure, but I don't have any history with those banks, and I already know that Capital One has a solid mobile app. It's an easy switch for me to make, and I'm all about keeping things easy when it comes to personal finance. Where are you doing your banking these days? Are there any other banks that should have made the list? Let me know in the comments. If you'd like a copy of my savings account spreadsheet with all of my research, use the link down below. If you want to learn more about how interest is calculated, click right here. And if you're not yet a PPF subscriber, click right here. As always, thanks for watching. I'm Andrew Scheer, and I'll see you next time.